Okay, so the question today is, do you need to do cardio? So I'll get the wee first bit of the road. So obviously if you do a sport, like football or like cycling for example, you will be doing whatever cardio that you need for that sport. So the cycling, you will be cycling more often, or like football, you will be running, but it'll be a lot more stopping and starting. So if you play a sport, oh, out the rain. Okay, hopefully you can see me okay. Okay, so the topic today is, do you need to do cardio? So a lot of things cover this. I'm just going to run through what my kind of opinion on it is. Okay, so I'll get the first kind of topic out the road for this. So if you do a sport, then you're required to be fit for that sport. So if you do like football for example, the way I trained was 2 different styles of cardio. So I've done a lot of running. So the first kind of type of one I done was obviously long distance. You need to be able to last 90 minutes. So getting your muscle endurance up. But also doing a lot of like interval training, so a lot of sprint work, short, sharp, on and off, and a lot of speed work. So you will be required to do cardio because you need to be fit for that sport. And the same for like, oh my god, I'm sweating. Okay, and the same for like cycling. So if you do cycling, then you're going to be required to do to be fit for that sport, as in like you won't be required to go running. It needs to be fit for that sport. So like the cycling, you will be cycling a lot when you're training. So it's the same as football as well. You won't be training specifically, like you won't just be training cardio as in like swimming, or you won't be training like cycling for football, because it's totally different. You use different energy systems and different muscles that you wouldn't be required to do in football. So that's one thing. So if you do a sport, make it specific to that sport, and that's one of the reasons why, like I say, cardio is good for that. Oh my god, I am sweating. Okay, so now I'll just talk to anybody that wants to either lose fat, build muscle, or just unsure about what kind of cardio, if they should be doing cardio. Okay, so what I've found is, don't stress too much about it. For myself, there's different ways that you would think about this. So if you want to like lose body fat, for me the most important thing is to be in a calorie deficit. Okay, so calorie deficit, so you make sure you're burning more than you consume. So that could be just done efficiently from cutting down your calories. That's the thing. People think that they must, as soon as they start a cut, they need to do some cardio. Not necessarily. Like it comes down to the amount of calories you're consuming, the calories you're burning. Okay, so you can do this from food alone. So for me, cardio is a tool. So cardio is a tool. So if you have maybe hit a plateau and you've reduced your calories right down. So let's say for myself, I've reduced my calories. I've not done any cardio. I've reduced my calories from maybe my maintenance level down to, I'm just going to say like 2,000 really low, maybe 1,800 really low. So for me, I wouldn't want to touch them or even reduce them anymore. So for me, including a bit of cardio, maybe every day, maybe every 2 days, and there's so many things you could do with cardio. For me, I just switch it up. So there's different ways you can do that. So first one that I like to do is obviously steady state cardio. So if you're not really up for high intense, like short sprinting and absolutely out of breath, and sometimes it's not appealing. So sometimes I like to just stick a wee kind of playlist on, or even a podcast, and just listen and learning working out and learning at the same time. But that's done through like an incline walk, or even go a walk myself. You could do this, or I could do this for like more minutes than I can do for obviously the high intense interval training. But for me, sometimes it does take too long. Like I do get bored. I do get bored. So sometimes I like to switch it up and do a lot of interval training. So I might do like on and off sprinting. So I'll show you a wee clip now. So this is like me, so sprinting for like 30 seconds, off for 30 seconds, and just this is a good way to obviously have a wee quick workout, burn fat in the process, but not make sure that you're in the gym for too long. It is hard going, but it's up to you. But for me, most importantly, cardio is not an essential part of your cutting diet, like your routine. It's a tool. So if you're struggling, or if you want to keep the amount of food because you like food, like me, I would increase my activity. So increase a wee bit of cardio in every day, every 2 days, twice a week, something like that. And all it does is reduce the calories that you're eating, because you're burning off calories, and that's one thing that people don't realise it is a tool. Okay, on the other hand, so if you're wanting to build muscle, then that means that you want to be in a slight calorie surplus, okay? So for me, what happened was I changed from being in a cut to maintenance and then to a surplus from my bulk. So the reason why I kept doing cardio is because, one, is I enjoy it because it's refreshing. So when you finish a cardio session or like a good sweaty walk, then I feel good about yourself, going for a shower, brand new. The next reason was because I played football my whole life, so I was trying to stay fit. I just feel better, I sleep better, my whole day's better, I'm more awake. And I still feel I can progress while still doing cardio, but it just means that I had to eat more, and that was okay with me. So I like to keep my cardio there, because for me, when I keep on doing my cardio, my metabolism stays quite fast, which I like. So that's one of the reasons why I do it. To be honest with you, there was no reason for me to continue doing cardio, but I did start reducing it slightly. But the reason why I wanted to do it, because I didn't want to change and adapt my body too much to the fact that it was like, bang, what the hell's going on? Like, you were doing cardio there for ages, why not anymore? Body's smart, so it'll realise and it'll start kind of adapting, maybe holding on to some weight. Things like that happen in the body, so I wanted to kind of do wee small changes first and then start reducing the cardio a bit and increasing the calories. So that's why I done that. But to be honest with you, see if you are not making enough progress while trying to build muscle, then maybe try and reduce the cardio. That's one thing I felt was pretty easy. You might not feel as fit. You'll definitely get stronger if you can focus on weight training, eating a calorie surplus, and constantly progressively overloading your sessions. You will get stronger. And remember, it's only like temporarily. If you want to start bulking up for a wee bit and then cutting, you can start integrating cardio back into when you're cutting again. Okay, on to other points as well. So the reason why I like cardio is because it's actually very good for your health. So even the littlest wee bit every week can increase your lung capacity, can reduce you from heart disease, any other diseases. It can keep you feeling awake, and it can waken you up if you do it in the morning. So if you're feeling if you had a stressful day, even doing a bit of cardio on that day will actually help reduce the kind of signs of depression or anxiety. It might help you sleep better. I found this as well. Like I said, I feel like my day's better when I do cardio. And for those who's actually never done cardio before, there's different things that I would recommend, but the thing is, keep it nice and simple. Do something you enjoy. So if you just trial things. So if you enjoy, for example, if you start out and you try maybe cycling, you try swimming, but you try running, but you don't like one of them, don't do it. You don't need to do it. It's not a necessity for you to do it to lose a body fat or to get fitter. It's just getting something that you can sustain, enjoy, and do it on a regular basis. So as a whole, cardio is good. Cardio is your friend. And everyone always says this, like, I hate cardio, it must be that. Find a way to enjoy it. And losing weight and getting fitter will be so much simpler. It's that easy. Okay guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Just trying to provide an insight on cardio and why I actually enjoy it and recommend it. in what ways to include it into your workouts or your regime schedule. And yeah, so guys, so if you liked this video, smash the thumbs up button, comment if you want to comment you like something like this, and subscribe if you haven't already subscribed. So stay positive, stay grateful, and I will see you in the next one.